Good morning. It is Wednesday, November the 19th of 2025. And I'm making a video here in the basement, and it's kind of cold down here, but it doesn't matter. But I want you to look at my bulletin board. I found this, it's a Christmas bag at the dollar store yesterday, but it's shiny, and I thought that is so cute. I have to put that on my bulletin board. And then this is a little doodle that I had worked on a while back. And yesterday I put see the little dots, and I blackened the little boxes I had on there. So I'm gonna put it on here. I'll put it on there later. Doodle doodle. I do this a lot of times just standing at the kitchen counter, just if I've got a moment, or if I'm not folding a bird. You know how I like to fold those birds. You know, my little book today, I pray, I've almost gone through it, but I found this, and I think that, I can't remember who it was, told me that every day at work, or whenever she's at work, and that if she sees a video or something, she writes down the today I pray. But look at this one, and this should motivate us or make us aware of what's going on. Make a change, or tomorrow will look like today. So if you're stuck in a rut, you're not going to get out of it unless you make some kind of change. So hopefully today, you'll make a little change. You might just get up from that chair you're sitting in and go sit somewhere else. Look out the window. See if you can hear a bird. We heard an owl yesterday morning, and it was so sweet and soothing to listen to that little owl. Hey, but here is the upper room, just a little thing in the upper room. It said, well, we all know this, Ecclesiastes. For everything there is a season and a time for every matter under heaven. And it says, help us trust that at the appropriate time, your plans and promises for us will be fulfilled. And that's got the Lord's Prayer in it. Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. You know, we were talking the other day about those pretzels I made and put that syrupy stuff over them. Well, I had great reviews, rave reviews from friends that I shared those with. And so one of my little friends said her and her husband would like to have some more. So I've made some more this morning. And I brought just a little bag down here to show you guys. But I want you to see it. See, it's got some caramel dripped on it. And I am going to write the recipe down because Debbie Sue wants it. And if anybody else wants it, very easy to make. And I know it's delicious. And it makes a big amount. You can use one of those big, huge bags of pretzels if you want to, the little tiny, the ones that look kind of like a bow tie. I didn't even use all of them because, well, my cookie sheet was pretty big, but it filled it up, heaping up. And you just, easy. I'll give that to you. Hey, I want to just run over a few little things. I want to tell you that I got this beautiful card from Othie, my friend, in Kentucky, and it was very sweet, and her message was very sweet. And she's thinking about starting a YouTube channel, and I'm going to just encourage her to do that because I think it's something that your kids would like to look back at one of these days. Hey, my girl won't even look at mine. I had a great niece that's 18 that texted me this week telling me how she enjoyed my videos. And then my own daughter won't watch them. She will one of these days when I've gone on my journey home. Right, Gail? Hey, I had meant the other day, and I forgot, Myra, my friend Myra, has got some family that needs praying for. We're going to add them to the prayer list. And Diane's daughter, we need to pray about her tumor to shrink. I'm telling you. We just all, it seems like every time you turn around, somebody's got cancer. Somebody's got cancer. A lot of prayers, a lot of people needing prayer, so let's just keep all those that's on our list. I do want to say that Gail is doing scripture writing, and I'm so excited. I'm telling you, I saw this little guy. His name is John Miles, Miles. And he's got a little video on making the Bible your hobby. And you know, had you ever thought about that? You know, what's your hobbies? Well, I like to do this. I like to make crafts. I like to do scrapbooking. I like to do this and that. But did you ever hear of anybody having the Bible as your hobby? It will transform your life, he said. If any of you want to watch him, he's got some interesting videos. A young guy, probably, I better not be guessing ages because you know I'm not too good at it. But he said that we should pray for the Lord to give us a longing for the Word. Isn't that a good thing to say? Give me a longing for the Word. I'm still enjoying my scripture writing and my writing in Psalms, writing that chapter out. Who else was it said? Eleanor said that she is remembering more since she's been doing her scripture writing or her Bible book writing. Plus, what a blessing it is. And it is a blessing. And if you've got time of a morning to do it when everything's real quiet. I got up at 3:30 this morning and I did it. I told my husband the other day, I said, don't be yelling for me to get up, that you need to get up until I turn the hall light on. So when I got up at 3:30, I sure wasn't going to turn the hall light on, so I waited till 4:30. He said, it's just 4:30. I said, I know, but you don't have to get up. Yeah, he wanted to. But I am really, it's a real blessing to write those out. I write that chapter out, and then I go back and read it slowly and just kind of let it soak in. It's a good day. It's a good way to start your day. So we all need to be praying for the Lord to give us a longing for the Word. We need to be working for our children and our grandchildren to try to keep them safe. You know, the other day I was talking about the potato soup and the pumpkin pie. And I think someone kind of thought that my daughter was being a little hateful about it. But she wasn't. We banter back and forth all the time. We have a great relationship. But here's what was funny that I meant to tell you on Monday and I forgot. When she got ready to go back to school on Sunday afternoon, she said, if you'll put that potato soup in something and a little shredded cheese and some sour cream, I'll take that back and have it for my supper. And I didn't say a word, buddy. I loaded that up and she took it with her and that's what she had for supper. So see, she liked it, but it's just something between us. It's just a joking and it does not hurt my feelings because they've never bragged on anything. Well, she does way every once in a while. And he does way, way, way every once in a while. But it's all right. It's life. It's just life, and that's the way we do it around here. And then something else I was wanting to tell you. Monday, I said, I'm thinking about what we're going to have for lunch, because, you know, that's a big concern to me every day. So I said, I know what we'll have. I said, there's some of that cabbage left that you like, and there's some of that potato soup left. I forgot she took it. And we'll share that. Of course, I won't eat the cabbage. And then I could fix this a little cornbread. He said, yeah, that'd be okay. So then I went and looked and I said, oh, I forgot she took the potato soup. Now that's not going to work out. I said, would you eat, I really don't want to cook. I said, would you eat some chicken noodle soup? No. Well, let's see, I was trying to think of something else. He said, what about a grilled cheese? I said, you don't like grilled cheese. He said, I know it, but you've been trying to sell me on one for a month. So he had grilled cheese and some dill pickles. And we made it through another day of eating lunch. We don't eat till way in the afternoon, so, you know, we don't cook a big supper or anything, just one big meal. Well, he has a good breakfast and then pretty good meal. Hey, I've been doing a little reading. I've decided I've got to get off this YouTube. It's really affecting my brain. I need to start reading some. But I wanted to show you these books. Has anybody ever read Mitch Albom? This is his new book called Twice. And I have always, well, I won't say always, but for several years I've liked his books. He wrote Tuesdays with Morrie, which is probably my favorite book that he wrote. And then he wrote one called Chica, I think. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but it's a true story about a little girl that him and his wife adopted from, I don't know if she was from India or something. He does a lot with children in it's India or Africa somewhere. And it was really a good book. It was a true story. But he's written some really weird ones to me. Now, for some people, they might just be just perfect. But this is his brand new book. And I didn't like it. Because if you can read and have no outside noises and really concentrate. But it's just kind of weird. And he's had a few others that were a little bit like that. The Timekeeper, I didn't like that one. And there was another one, I can't remember what the name of it was. But anyway, I had bought this and I read it yesterday. I read it, most of it yesterday and last night. And by the way, the Kentucky Wildcats played last night and it was a mess. And I'm not going to talk about it, but they lost, and they are not hardly as exciting as I thought they were going to be, but I think there's some problems maybe within the team. I don't know. They haven't got it all worked out, but they'll be all right. But you know what? I didn't get the least bit upset about it, but I'm telling you, it's been several years ago that I would have almost cried after they lost a game and played like they did last night. But you know, I don't do that anymore. I just try to enjoy watching them. I felt sorry for them. They need some help. But anyway, they lost. But you know what? Life goes on. And I think they're going to be a good team, and they've got a good coach, and they've got so many coaches on Facebook this morning, you wouldn't believe it. There are, of course, they're wanting to get rid of the coach because it's all his fault. Now, this book right here, I just got it in the mail yesterday, and it's called More Than a Bird by Liz Huntley. And one of my subscribers, Kathy, recommended this. She said she thought I would like that. So I just got that yesterday from Amazon. So I'm going to be reading that. Now here is a little book that I actually had to buy it because I couldn't find it at the library. And it's public domain. It's called Freckles by Jean Stratton Porter. Now here was the scary thing. When I opened this book up, can you see how tiny that print is? I mean, it is, for us old people, you can't do that. You just cannot do that. And it's so weird. Let me just show you about here's like the first chapter, the way it starts out. And then it's several pages over, and then there's where the second chapter starts. And I started reading this a while back to see if I wanted to read it to you all. A lot of the first of it is a little bit hard to get into, but this was really a sweet book. And I may read it to you sometime. It's just different from what we've been reading, but I finished reading it the other day. I read this one before I read the Mitch Albom book. And then this right here, I'm sure a lot of you all are subscribed to her. I See the Elephant. Her YouTube channel is, wow. Well, somebody knows what it is. You'll have to tell me. I thought for sure it was written right here. No, it doesn't say on there. But right there's her picture, if you remember her. And she lives solo out in a cabin. I'm not sure if she even has electricity or not. She lives out in the woods, and she puts videos up quite a bit. Barbara Martin. And I had thought for sure that her channel was right here, because that's why I didn't write it down, but I don't see it. But anyway, this is, I think, a story of her life, and I thought I would get it and read it. I see the elephant. And I'll let you know about that, and I'll let you know about this More Than a Bird, and then if anybody else wants to read it, Kathy says it's really good. So I'm going to think about that. You know, since I already made a video this morning, and I'm not going to tell you what it's about because you can watch it. I hope you will watch it. We are working on Pollyanna. Do you know there's just like 12 pages left? And if you're not listening to that, which I know a lot of you are not interested in that, it has been such a great book. And you know, I was talking about playing the glad game. And it's just, you know, it's just how people look at things in life, and how that Pollyanna encouraged so many families around town that her aunt had no idea of what an impression she was making on people, and how it changed their lives. So I think, wouldn't it be good if we could do some good things and change people's lives? So you might, if you've never read Pollyanna, it's such a great book. I'm telling you, just such a great book. Let's see, I was trying to think. I'm going to go eat lunch with my friend today, and it's a little chilly out, but that's all right. But I think that today I'm just going to, as Grandma Lois would say, I'm going to shut this down. Then she'll go on talk 15 more minutes. Every time Grandma Lois will say, I'm going to shut this down, I'll look at the video, like how far it's gone, and there'll be about this much space. I'll get so tickled because I know, you know, she's going to carry on. Do you know that Thanksgiving is next week? Man, and I'm going to my sister-in-law's and eat. She always has everything. And I'll have to make buttermilk pies for my nieces because they love them. I'll have to make 3, one for each one of them to take home with them. But I don't care. I love it. Anyway, I have just a little short story. No, it's not even a story. Sometimes you just can't find those stories. But it said, at my last colonoscopy, I had the doctor write a note to my wife stating that my head was not up there. Hey, I hope you have a great day. And I hope you enjoy this day and be thankful and remember all of our prayer requests. And this is Wednesday. I can't hardly remember what day it is. I'm going to try to finish up Pollyanna and have that up tomorrow. So that will be the end of that. And then Carol at Plain Vanilla Grandma is going to have you a new book, and she's going to be reading, and I know it'll be great. And I'll talk to you hopefully on Friday. Bye-bye.